The blizzard howled across the frozen wasteland of Epsilon 7, a moon at the edge of charted space where human miners scraped out a living extracting rare minerals from beneath its icy crust. Daniel stood at the observation window of mining station Theta 9, watching the white fury outside. When movement caught his eye, something was crawling through the snow. Anna, come look at this, he called to his partner, who was running diagnostics on their environmental systems. Anna joined him at the window, her breath fogging the reinforced glass. What is it? Through the swirling white, they could make out a figure humanoid, but wrong somehow. It dragged itself forward, falling, rising, falling again. Then it looked up, and even through the storm, they saw its eyes. Golden, reptilian, desperate. The communication panel crackled to life. Double quotes, please. Double quotes. The voice was weak, feminine, layered with a strange harmonic quality. I'm freezing. Let me in. I beg you. Double quotes. Daniel and Anna exchanged glances. They were alone on this station, the only to humans for 300 kilometers. Company protocol was clear. No unauthorized personnel. No exceptions. She die out there, Anna whispered. We don't know what she is, Daniel countered, but his hand was already moving toward the airlock controls. The voice came again, weaker now. I reward you. I promise. Please. I'm so cold. Double quotes. Anna made the decision. She slapped the emergency override, and the outer airlock door hissed open. Through the cameras, they watched the figure stumble forward, collapse into the chamber. Anna sealed the outer door and initiated decontamination protocols. This is insane, Daniel muttered, grabbing a medical kit and a thermal blanket. The company will have our heads, then we'll both lose them together, Anna replied, checking her sidearm. Standard issue for all remote station personnel. But I'm not leaving someone to freeze. The inner airlock door opened with a hiss of equalizing pressure. Steam poured out, and with it came their visitor. She was magnificent and terrible, nearly 2 meters tall. Her body was covered in fine, iridescent scales that shifted from deep purple to midnight blue. Her face was humanoid but elegant, with high cheekbones and those golden eyes. Wings frozen and damaged hung from her back like broken sails. She wore tattered robes that might have been regal once. She collapsed onto the metal floor, shivering violently. Dragonkin, Anna breathed, recognizing her from intelligence briefings. The Dragonkin Empire ruled a vast territory on the other side of the galaxy. Proud, powerful, and notably hostile to human expansion. Daniel wrapped the thermal blanket around the creature's shoulders. What's a Dragonkin doing out here? This is human space. The Dragonwoman's teeth chattered as she tried to speak. Anna quickly brought her a heated ration pack and warm water. The creature drank greedily, her trembling slowly subsiding as warmth returned to her body. My name, she finally managed, is Vixara. I was a princess, once. Over the next hour, as color returned to her scales and her core temperature stabilized, Vixara told her story. She had been betrayed by her own clutch brother, who coveted her father's throne. He had stripped her of her titles, her wealth, her guards, and exiled her to die in the frozen wastes of neutral space. Her ship had crashed on Epsilon 7 3 days ago. 3 days. Daniel was incredulous. You survived 3 days in that storm. Dragonkin are resilient, Vixara said, though her voice still shook. But even we have limits. I would have died tonight. You saved my life when you had no reason to. When my kind would not have done the same for you. Anna sat across from her, studying the alien's face. We're human. We don't leave people to freeze, no matter what species they are. Vixara's eyes widened slightly. You know what I am. You know my people consider yours lesser. Upstarts, and yet you saved me. Yeah, well, Daniel shrugged. Maybe that's why we're spreading through the galaxy and your empire is eating itself from the inside with political backstabbing. Vixara stared at him, then did something unexpected. She laughed, a sound like wind chimes and distant thunder. Perhaps you are right, human. Perhaps you are right. She struggled to her feet, steadier now, and faced them both with formal dignity. I made a promise. I said I would reward you, but I am a princess without a kingdom, a Dragonkin without a horde. I have nothing to give you but words we don't need, Anna began. But Vixara held up a scaled hand. No, a debt is a debt, and Dragonkin always pay their debts, even when we have nothing. Her golden eyes gleamed with sudden intensity. So, I will give you this. In 60 days, a Dragonkin fleet will pass through this sector. They are not sanctioned by the Empire, they are raiders. Pirates who prey on isolated stations like yours. They will come, and they will leave no survivors. Daniel felt his blood run cold. How do you know this? Because my brother sent them to ensure I could not return. They will sweep this region, destroying any who might have aided me. Vixar's expression was grave. You saved my life. Now I am saving yours. Take your vessel and leave this place before the 60th day. Tell no one I was here. Tell your company anything else, but not this truth. That information is worth more than any reward we could have asked for. Anna said softly. It is also truth, Vixar replied, and truth is the only currency I possess. For 3 days, Vixar remained with them while her injuries healed and her strength returned. She taught them Dragonkin customs, shared knowledge of her people's technology, and even helped Daniel repair their mining equipment with techniques human engineers had never considered. On the 4th morning, the storm finally broke. Vixar stood at the same observation window where Daniel had first spotted her, looking out at the cold sun rising over the ice fields. I must go, she said. I have a long journey ahead if I am to reclaim what was stolen from me. Where will you go? Anna asked. Vixara smiled, showing delicate fangs. To find allies, to build a new horde, and perhaps ... double quotes. She glanced back at them, to remind my people that strength is not only found in flame and fury, but in compassion and honor. Lessons I learned from humans in a frozen wasteland. They watched from the observation deck as Vixara's ship salvaged and repaired with their help lifted off from the ice and disappeared into the stars. 55 days later, Daniel and Anna evacuated Thate 9, citing equipment failures and dangerous conditions. On the 60th day, long-range sensors detected a Dragonkin raider fleet entering the sector. They found nothing but an abandoned station. 10 years later, when humanity and the Dragonkin Empire finally established formal diplomatic relations, the human delegation was surprised to be greeted by Empress Vixara herself, who had reclaimed her throne and reformed her government. She insisted on meeting privately with the specific members of the delegation, a mining engineer named Daniel and a systems operator named Anna. You see, she told them, her golden eyes warm with recognition, Dragonkin always pay their debts, and I promised I would reward you. The trade agreements and alliance that followed would change the galaxy forever. All because the humans chose compassion over protocol on a frozen night, and proved that sometimes humanity's greatest strength is simply being human.